Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and as you can see I have kind of an unusual layout here, and surprise surprise, I'm actually working on the album for the Smoky Mountains again. My husband finally got the second half of the photos printed, so now I can continue working on them. So that's what you're seeing here. They went golfing as part of this day, so I have pictures for that here. And this particular page protector, I'm going to crease it and make it a flip out here, so it will actually sit in the album like this. These are where I want them, but these three I have to distribute between this set of three and this set of three. This is not a problem really because I have a ton of cards for this album. Actually, I have a ton of cards and things in this bin in general, and I'll show that in just a minute. So this is the bin I have, and it says Smoky Mountains and OR, which is for Oregon. So my husband and two of his siblings, they do a sibling trip every 2 years. And so this is the one they had done previously, which still isn't completed. Haven't scrapped it all yet. And now they just went to Oregon this year. And luckily, both of those trips were very much filled with outdoorsy kinds of stuff. Lots of hiking on trails, in the woods, in the mountains, that kind of stuff. So I have a ton of things. I still have all these cards, puffy stickers, chipboard, all different kinds of background papers, things that are woodsy themed. I have wood veneer, acrylic pieces, more ephemera pieces, tons of stuff. So it's good that they're in the same bin because whatever I don't use for Smoky Mountains will get used for Oregon. So I think what I'm going to do is pull all that stuff out in a minute here. I'm going to start with the cards to see what can I put together for the slots that I have. And then after that, I'll start thinking about all the embellishment type stuff. I've decided to separate all of the cards that I have here, at least the 3x4 ones, into more general travel things. And then the ones that are specific to being outdoors, hiking, mountains, all that kind of stuff. Because things like this where they're golfing, but they're not hiking, so they are outdoors, they don't quite fit. So I just wanted to have some separation. So I'm going to put those over there for now, which really means I have these to work with. Now, it doesn't mean I can't go into my normal stash of travel stuff to find things, but I threw these in at some point thinking they would be okay. So I figure I should look through them. I do like the idea of like this one maybe having some red because of the flag here. That means I'd have to put this one on this side somewhere, maybe here. This could be here, but then I still have 2 slots to fill. So actually, probably would be better if I had it in the middle because then I can have card. And I do have all of those embellishment type things, so I don't need every card to be ready-made. I must have covered something up here. Now I'm curious. Oh, it looks like it's camping and marshmallows. Oh, I probably covered that up because we don't do that a whole lot. Clearly this is old because I didn't even remember that. None of these have, well, maybe a black and white, although I don't need 2 things that have journaling. I may just end up finding some pattern paper on a background and building something for one of these slots. I have pulled some items that have red in them just to see if that helps me determine where I'm going to place things and the other cards I need. So I have this set of wood veneer and it has some red pieces in it. I don't remember exactly what they say, but I'll take those out and look at them. Same here, I can see that there's a tag back here that has red on it, so I'll pull that out. And then this one I liked for this puffy sticker tab here because it just says yes to this. That would be perfect. I can easily take that off, put it on maybe over here. Well, no, if I have this card here, it'd probably have to be up top then. But I could hang it over the top, make sure the back isn't sticky, and then put a staple through there and have it hang over, and I think that would look just fine. I have pulled a couple of things now. I did look in here. This was the tag. That doesn't really work with what I have going on here. Stuff from the journey. I don't really have a lot of memorabilia that I'm using on this layout. I do later though. I can't remember what the color scheme is, but I'm going to save that and see if maybe I can use that there. And then I am going to use this wood veneer piece, I think. I love that it just says, let's get out there, because it works for golfing, I guess. And I'm thinking I will put it down here, because if I want to use that sticker up top, that gives me a triangle there, visual triangle. And then over here, I could just have a card that has a saying on it of some type, a plain background where I could put another embellishment, something. I mean, I don't know that I want another embellishment, because then it kind of ruins the triangle effect. But if I could find a card that just has kind of a generic phrase of some kind on it, that would fill that really nicely. And then when this gets flipped, I would have these two on it and only have to find one card for that side. So I think that's my plan. For this pocket down here, I have decided to just use this blue paper that I found in my stash. I'll cut it down to 3x4. It's already the perfect width, so I just have to cut down the other way. Put this on there, and then I'll probably do a little splattering maybe with green ink, or even white to bring in something. Ooh, maybe white. That might be better because this is so bright and stark here. So I can do that on that one, and then I did attach the sticker up here already, so that's done. So at least that gets me further along, and then I only have to figure out what to do up here. I have attached the wood veneer with some liquid glue, so while that's drying I can also do my ink splattering here. And this is the favorite white that I've ever had. It's from Dina Wakley. It's Media Gloss Spray, and it shows up well pretty much on everything I've ever tried it on, which is great because sometimes the white doesn't show up very well. Maybe a little more over here. I can get it on there. There we go. Let's see how that looks. I think that's good. That's a little more than I intended, but that's okay. It'll take a little bit to dry, so I'll let that do that, and then I'll be back. Well, I was having trouble finding another card, and I figured it might be good to have something golf themed, and they usually golf on their trips. So I went online and I found this at the Sweet Shop. It's a digital scrapbooking site, and so I bought this set, and I think I'm going to print that top card that's the light blue with the red cart, because that matches my color scheme. Alright, I printed out some of those golf cards that I just bought. Here's the one with the cart that I thought would match. This blue background is a little bit more blue-gray than I thought, than what it looked on screen, but I think it's okay. It matches with the sky pretty well, so I'm going to use it. And then over here, because this came with journaling room, I don't need two spots to journal. So I think this card now, I'm going to take this other wood veneer that I had that says lead the way and just attach it there, and then this whole inside is basically done. I could add some phrase labels or something, but at least I've got all of the main things covered. For the flip that's on the outside here, I decided to use another one of the cards from the set, and I love what it says. The most important shot with golf is the next one, and it's red, and so it works with what I have going over here, because you'll see some red here, and then you'll also see some here. These two cards will go here since they're both getting ready to take their shots here, and I don't know what to do with them. They need something, because otherwise this is going to seem very flat and boring compared to what's over here. There's lots of texture and 3D elements, so I'm gonna have to look for something. I'm thinking of working in some lighter blue, because I've got that happening here, but there isn't really much over here. Maybe it'd be best on this photo kind of towards the top, because it's a lot of green happening and not much else. So maybe I could find a blue saying, geotag, just something. I have pulled out my blue phrases here, so I'm just gonna dump a bunch of these out and start looking through them and see if there's anything in here that will work with what I've got going. And I would prefer somewhere between these two colors, I think. A little bit of bluish gray is fine, but not too much gray in the color, I think. So I will just look through here and see what I find that will look good. I've decided to go with this one, and it actually said the long way, but I cut off the first word because I don't really need it. And then I left enough room on this side so I can put a staple in. But when you look at this picture, it looks like that green is a long way down, and so I thought that was appropriate. So my plan is to do it a like that. And then when it's over here, it'll bring in some of that nice blue. All right, so I have that put together and I put it in the pocket. And so I think that's all I'm going to do with this side. But I realized something. I forgot there were actually 3 photos here. I have to put a photo flip in and do something with these. So now this one I can leave alone. This one will flip out this way. It's probably okay. Actually, you know what? No. I think I'd like it better if it goes this way. Then I could put something on this one, just another little phrase. Maybe I'll keep this pile and look for more and get that fixed and then attach it. But shame on me for not realizing that I had that. I did find another phrase. I like this one. It just said in this moment, and he's about to take a swing, so that's good. And I'm gonna put a little staple in there. That's done. So this one will go in back here. So it'll kind of be covered up. And then I've got these 2 that need to go into the flip, so I'll put those in and then I will attach it. When I was putting this together just now, I remembered I said I like this better this way, and then this one out here so that all that green isn't together, I think. And so I think that does work better. When you flip it like that, I think it'll look good. So I'm going to take off the adhesive here and attach. And as you might notice, this has a notch on this page protector. That's totally fine. When that happens, what I do is I just attach this as I normally would. Get it as close to the photo behind it as possible. Press down, and then I just cut off the little bit extra there. So I just take a gunky pair of scissors and I just cut along the edge so that they match. And that way this sticky part doesn't stay on there and attach to other things in the album, but yet this still functions. It looks good because it's matching and you can still do what you need to do. So as you can see, my desk ended up being a total mess from this process, but that's okay. I'll clean it up now, and at least here's another layout done for the Smoky Mountains. Thanks for watching.